Good morning. Welcome back. How we doing? Morning, guys. Sorry, someone in my family got a new car, and it's an exciting morning for him, my uncle. All right. Buona dia. Yeah, Google. Google was nice yesterday. Google was nice. Morning, guys. Hi. I'll put it on my Instagram later. I wish it was mine. I wish it was mine. All right. Finny Boom Bots. Welcome back, guys. Hope everyone's having a good morning. GT2RS. He races Porsches. He's a cool guy. Damn, SMCI? Really? I didn't... The OBS just shut down for a second. I think we're back. I think we're back. We back? Yeah, we're back. All right. I don't know what the hell happened there. OBS just shut down on me. Look at this thing. Holy crap. I didn't realize this was happening. Damn, I missed this. I actually had this level mapped out too. Wow. Congrats to anyone that took that. That's what happened. Yeah, just not a stock that I watch, you know. That happens. Just not a stock that I typically would watch, SMCI. But I did catch wind of it on this run, but just never really followed up on it. Damn. Maybe something to watch here. Something to watch here. Good call there, Chef. All right. So, good morning, guys. Sorry about that little hiccup there. Sometimes OBS just shuts down. I don't know why. Hasn't happened on the stream before, but did it there. Interesting day yesterday. Some nice trades within the group. Google, nice downside. Apple downside as well. So a really nice day for me yesterday. Was happy about it. Read the market a whole lot better than Friday. Friday was a sort of a crappy day for me. Took a loss on Friday. Made it all back on Monday though. So that's the key, right? That's the key to trading. The key to trading is it's funny, right? Because I mean I can talk about this from experience, right? The day that you have a red day, you just feel like the world's over. You're just like, oh man, like you don't want to end red. You really don't. But you know, you got to somehow keep in your mind the next day is another opportunity. And if you make back that loss, it's like that day never happened. And so I know it's very difficult. It's difficult for me sometimes. It's a very difficult mindset to sort of, sort of get yourself in. But, you know, Friday sucked. I lost money, but I had to keep it small. And I had to understand that, you know, one more day comes along that I read the action better. I understand the technicals better. I can take advantage and I can make back that loss. It's very difficult though, because I know from experience, when you have a red day, you want to do nothing but make that money back. You just don't want to end the day red. It's the worst thing to do, right? Especially on a Friday. You don't want to end red, and you're going to continue to trade and continue to try to make it back. And sometimes that leads to you digging yourself into a hole that you can't make back, or will take multiple weeks, multiple days to make back. We want to make it so that our loss is within 1 day, right, of your average winning day, right? If you can lose the same amount as an average winning day for you, right, you're doing a fantastic job, right? Because you know you can come back, have an average day the next day, and you make it back. But if you start going 2, 3x, you know, your average winning day on a losing day, let's say you usually make about $300 on a good day, good trading day with good size, average size. If you lose $1,000, right, you're going to be, you know, you're starting like, oh, this is like 3 days of normal trading. It's going to start getting you're going to start getting in your head. So I lost about $500 on Friday. I made $900 yesterday, and we're back in business, right? It feels great. I feel fantastic. I don't even remember what happened on Friday. So just a little mindset thing there. How important it is. If you guys end the day down $100, $200, don't care about it, right? If that's what it is, right? Like Friday, I went 0 for 3 on Friday. 0 for 3 in the Discord. If you guys are in the Discord, you know this. I called out 3 of my trades in the Discord. I lost on every single one. I don't care, right? If people leave the Discord because of that, then leave. I'm showing you my honest trades, what I'm doing. You can watch me trade as I trade my real account, and there is losses. Right? I went 0 for 3 on Friday, and I knew if I continue to trade, right, I am going to dig myself into a hole that I cannot come back from. So I told the group, I said, if I go 0 for 3 today, I am shutting this thing down. I am instantly exiting out of Interactive Brokers. I'm going to the gym. I'm getting the hell out of here. Yeah, that's what I did yesterday, right back at it, made it all back and then some. So just a little mindset thing this morning. That's how we'll start the live stream. I hope that helps you guys with the psychology of taking losses. You have to be a good loser. It is extremely crucial. It is extremely crucial. All right, so let's get started. Today is July 11th. Tomorrow, CPI. Wednesday, or on Thursday, PPI, right? Yeah, very, very important. Very, very interesting over the next few days. Let's go ahead and pull up that economic calendar. Yeah, I did miss Tesla yesterday. I am a little bit upset about it. I was sort of pretty, I was sort of invested in my Google play and just sort of left Tesla alone. I didn't want to put on more risk. So, yeah, I missed Tesla, but, it was a really nice setup. We'll talk about it today. So, here is the economic calendar. Pulte Homes. If you guys need a home, Pulte. 8%, maybe 15% interest on a 30-year mortgage. 15% at $1 million. So July 11th, that's today. Today's Slurpee Day. So if you guys drink Slurpees, free Slurpees today. I do not drink Slurpees. I do not drink sugar water. That's either water or tequila for me. So no Slurpees for me, but it is free today, 7-Eleven. Today, really nothing on the economic calendar. Tomorrow is the big event, right? CPI year over year. Yep, that's the big stuff there. And then Thursday, you got PPI and PPI year over year. So tomorrow and Thursday, the big two events, the big two economic data events. We'll see how that affects. Today, pretty much nothing, guys. Nothing on the docket today, and possibly some slow action into tomorrow and Thursday. All right. Did we have anything important on the economic or the earnings? Not today. We have Delta on Thursday. We'll talk about it tomorrow. There's nothing to really pay attention to on the earnings calendar here. All right. I have the yesterday schedule on the screen. Pretty sure I just had the entire week schedule on the screen. Did I miss something? No, I did not. Okay. All right. Let's continue. So Tesla 27. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Gotcha. Yeah, I'll fix that. Sorry about that. There we go. Gotcha. Sorry about that, Julian. Nice call. Julian. I think Julian. There you go. 7-Eleven. So Tesla filled the gap. That's big. That happened yesterday. If you guys caught the gap fill, well done. We came right into the gap fill. We held that level. That was very, very clean yesterday. NVIDIA 20 SMA hold. Again, another hold at 418 on NVIDIA. Meta over 295. Big watch there. Microsoft 4-hour flag break. We talked about that downside flag break. It happened very nicely yesterday. Google bear flag. We traded this one in the chat yesterday. This thing was straight from the live stream. This was very nice. Costco 530 and Snow 170. Hold on a second. All right. So, game time. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and start looking at some futures. All right. So, 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart. Here's the NASDAQ. Yesterday, we came into the live stream and we said, do not long the market if we're under 15.2, right? That was what we were talking about. Do not long if we're under 15.2. Here was yesterday's reactions at 15.2. 15.2 early morning, huge drop, right? This was the supply rejection that I caught on my Google and Apple puts early morning trading. Very nice supply rejection at 15.2. We did it again. We rejected again. We moved lower. Later in the day, we sort of creep back into that 15.2, and at close, we had a little bit of a poke above it, right? And you can see, look at how important that 20 SMA was all day yesterday. Now, this morning, right, a little bit of a change up here, a little bit of a change up on the levels. 15.2 has now turned into support, right? And this is something to pay attention to today. You are not going to want to short now back into 15.2, right? And this is something you need to pay attention to. You are not going to short this market back into 15.2, back into the 20 SMA, and look at how strong the 20 SMA has held all after hours and all pre-market. Look at this right here. All right there. 20 SMA, multiple bounces off that level. So if you start coming into the market today and start entering shorts into this level, you are asking to get bounced on, right? That is not something that you want to expose yourself to today. If you see this move under, if you start to see a flip here, Sure, right? That's where your short side play starts to set up. But as of this morning, as we're speaking on this live stream, 15.2 has broken. We are now above it. And as traders, we need to react to this. We have to react, and we have to understand that our strategy or our mindset has to change a little bit, right? Because we are now above 15.2, which is this previous double top, and we are turning it potentially back into support here, right? We are potentially turning that back into support. Some may say, which I have sort of seen here on the 4-hour chart, are we creating another little bull flag here on the 4-hour chart, right? Is this a little 4-hour bull flag? These are some very nice 4-hour wicks, right? Off this 15,050, a nice upside move off those wicks on the 4-hour. Are we creating a bull flag here, right above 15,200? So, interesting little setup here. I personally would not be too fond. I'm not too fond of the longs here until we're over these lows, right here. You might be able to catch, a 15.2 demand bounce today, maybe into the 15,260. All right, you might be able to get something into that 15,260. I like the longs above 260 today. That would be where I'd look for the long, right? Above 260. I like the long here because I would know, right, that we're above this previous double bottom right here. All right, we're turning that back into support. And I would also know that we're coming off of the 15.2 demand, right? That is sort of where I would be more comfortable on the long entries. So 15.260 is your supply above for today. That's your little double bottom here from last week. This is Wednesday and Thursday double bottom before we aggressively slip below. You got back above it. You pushed up. You got back below. You're at 15.2 now. So I'm looking at 15.2 demand, 15.260 supply. Here's your little range today, right? And I want to play either this long, right? Or I want to play this short, right? Those are my two ideas here. Shorts under 15.220 SMA, longs over 15.260. In between here, less interested. Maybe there's some short-term little channel trades to play, right? Maybe you can play the 15.2 bounce. You can play the 260 supply, right? There's possibly some little plays within there. But the bigger plays that I'm interested in are either the 260 demand hold or the 15.2 supply rejection back under the 20 SMA. So that's the NASDAQ here today. Pretty easy, actually. Pretty easy levels to pay attention to here. You can clearly see the channel we're in. We're sort of rejecting some of these highs from Thursday into Friday. You can see it right here. Right in this zone, you can see a little bit of a supply rejection sort of stepping in around this 240 level, 15,240. So you could monitor that, right? You can already see these rejections stepping in from here and right here, right? So watch that, right? Watch that 15,240, 15,240. That's your first sort of minor supply there. If you get above that, 260, I think, is where you'd reach, 265. And then be careful of that 15.2 demand below. All right? So that's sort of what I'm watching today. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. There we go. Those are the levels, right? And you can already see the rejection off some of these highs from Thursday, Friday after hours around this 15.240. So I would not want to be long anywhere in here. I really want to be long above 260 today. Above 260, below 15.2. QQQ, very similar, pretty much the same exact thing, right, as usual. I'm going to go to the hourly chart here and sort of show you guys this zoomed out picture and then zoom into it, right? Yesterday, where did we hold? We held this 20 SMA and this 365 level very nicely, right? This 365 level right here was a previous low from Thursday of last week. It was a previous high from Tuesday of 2 weeks ago, a previous high from Monday of 2 weeks ago, and a previous high from Friday of 3 weeks ago, right? So this 365 level on the Qs was very important. And you can see yesterday we maintained that demand very nicely. We pushed to the upside. Now, if I go down to the 30 minutes, we'll see this a little bit more clear, and I'll zoom in. The key supply level that we were talking about yesterday was 366.50. That was the previous day lows, right? So previous day lows, Friday lows, rejected early morning on the Qs, right? And you got that downside early morning off that 366.50. Now, what is the Qs doing? What are the Qs doing this morning? They are turning the Friday lows into new support. They're turning the previous day lows, yesterday lows, into support. So, right, if you are turning previous day highs into support, right? This is previous day highs, which was also Friday's lows. If you are turning this high and this low back into support, right, we are not looking to short into that level. So if you want to look short today, I think you need to get back below yesterday's highs and start to turn yesterday's highs into rejections again, right? You want to see us get stuck back under this 366.50, and then that short setup starts to play, all right, under 366.50. But you do not want to be the guy that shorts here at 367, tries to get the breakdown, and then this thing just pops on you, which it very well can. So 366.50, that's your demand today, 366, 366.50. Your supply above is right here. Very easy to read, 368, right? Why 368? Right here, 368, 368, right? So here's your little channel today. It's about 1.5 points on the Qs, 366.50 to 368, right? You either need to see a move over 368, a demand hold there for that long entry, or I would want to see us drop under 366.50, supply rejections to step in, and then a downside move. These are the two entries that will give you the best probability, the best risk to reward. Trading in here, it is possible, right? It is very possible if you are skilled, if you understand your levels, if you don't disrespect your levels, if you actually take profits inside the channel, then it is possible. But if you are not a disciplined trader and you are trading in here, right, you are going to get short. You're going to be mad when the market bounces. Why is the market bouncing? You're going to get long. You're going to be mad when the market rejects. Why is the market rejecting? This is manipulation. No, you are just not trading a channel correctly. You're too emotional to trade a channel. You have to take profits here and take profits here if you are going to trade while the market is within a channel. All right, so 368, 366.50, and then the channel. There's different opportunities across the board there, but you just need to understand the levels. ES, 4-hour chart. I want to go hourly, actually. Yeah, ES hourly. So, ES yesterday regained the 20 SMA, regained 44.30, right? If we go to the 5-minute chart, if we go to the early morning trading, here's the 15-minute actually. You guys can see pretty much all day the ES held above the 20 SMA and the 44.30 demand. This is the 20 SMA right here. I know it's hard to see. It's right here at that 44.30 level yesterday, and we held it all day, right? We just maintained that 20 SMA all day right here. 20 SMA bounce, 20 SMA bounce, a little slip below, got right back above it. We held above the 20 all day yesterday on the ES. Very important. This is why I told you guys to watch the 20 SMA, right? We can see how well it's being respected. So we held it all day yesterday. We got to push to the upside. Ravender, I'm assuming. Ravender. Thank you, man. Thanks, Vincent, for their work and excellent stream. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the donation, and thank you for all the support. So the ES held, right, 44.30, right? We're not going to short into 44.30 now. We're not going to short back into the 20 SMA demand, right? We have to be careful of that demand now. This was also two previous highs. Previous high here, right? You had a support here, had support here, right? We're not going to short back into 44.30. There might be some room here into that level, right? You can maybe take a 20-point scalp on ES. That's very possible. Back into that 44.30, but you have to take profits at the 44.30 if you are short, right? So to the upside, I really don't like upside here until we're over 44.60 on the ES. There is a little bit of a, there's some previous highs here. There's previous lows at 44.60. There's some rejections here around this 44.50. I don't really like being long anywhere in this red zone that I have mapped out personally. For me, my personal trading, I would only look to long the ES if we start to get over the 60 and hold above the 60. Above here, 44.50 to 44.60 is just a zone I'm really not interested in. I'm a little bit questionable of what happens in this zone. It's a little bit of a messy zone between 50 and 60. So I'm going to stay out of the trade here between 50 and 60. I probably won't short it because I know the 20 SMA is below and I know it's sort of still uptrending. I know we just held demand yesterday. So I'm really not interested in the shorts here, but I also am just sort of a little bit weary. I don't know how to explain it. I'm a little bit weary of this 50 to 60 zone. I'm going to probably stay out of it. I think it would be a much cleaner trade if I just wait and see if we hold over 60. So I would say 44.50 to 44.60 is a little bit of a rejection zone here on the ES. 44.30 is your demand. If you get back under the 20 SMA today, right, and you start to reject it, that's really the short side entry. I don't think there's that juicy of shorts on the ES here until we really lose the 20 SMA. I've been saying this and I stand by it. As long as the ES is maintaining this 20 SMA, I think it continues to support this move. All right. SPY, really, really clean hold on the SPY yesterday. Look at this hold on the SPY. Right here. Right here, right? Look at this. Just perfect. Previous highs, previous highs, previous lows, right? Look at how clean the hold of 437 is yesterday on the SPY. Textbook stuff. No surprises. Really nice hold there. 20 SMA held like a champ. Look at the 5-minute chart yesterday on the SPY. Look at this absolutely perfect hold at the 20 SMA intraday. I mean, it's just, I can't really explain why the SPY held 437.58 yesterday, besides the fact that the 20 SMA is sitting right at it, right? So a really textbook hold right there yesterday intraday, right at that SMA. It continues to support this move. So today, I don't think there's much here. Like the 441s, 442s, I don't really see much until this 442 double top. Honestly, it's like right here, 442, 442. If you maintain over this 439, I'm going to assume that the SPY just sort of creeps higher into this 442 area. I don't know I don't know what to expect on the price action today. This is not a very clean chart. Let me just say that. I usually have a much cleaner look at this. I do not like this chart at all. This zone is very questionable to me. There's just some really random movements in here. Like, you got something here at 441.50s. You got a little bit of resistance here around this 440. The only clean levels that I see here are 439 demand and 442.50 supply. Right? This high here. Besides this supply here and this demand here, this area is sort of an unknown to me because you really don't have anything clean. You have this random move here from Friday of last week. You have this straight down move from Thursday of last week. You have this little bottom here around 441.50. It's a very weird area here within this 439 and 442. So I'm a little bit cautious there. I think the NASDAQ has been much cleaner lately. If I look at this 15-minute chart, I can get a much better read here on the NASDAQ. Right? I already know where my supply is at 15,240. I know my demand's at 15,2. I know if we get over 15,240, we move to 260. This is much cleaner to me. The ES just is a little bit messier. For me, I'm going to stay out of this trade until the ES is over 44.60. I'm not going to mess in this 10-point range on the ES. And I'm really not interested in messing with the SPY really anywhere until over this high from Friday. Right? You can see this very clear high from Friday around this 442.65. I'm really not interested in messing with the SPY until we get a hold above this high, because at that point, you're just inside trading, right? This is just trading inside of this day, right? You're just inside trading here, which is probably not your best opportunity, guys. If you're going to trade within this Friday move, I just don't think you're going to find the best trades out there. So be very careful in here. Where we're trading right now, you're just sitting right in between Friday's highs and Friday's lows. That's pretty much all you're doing. You're just trading between Friday's intraday candle, which is just sort of bizarre. So be careful in here. I don't like this zone. Grounds Hero, welcome to the streams, brother. Thanks for the support. Dow Jones, nice demand hold, right? Nice demand hold. We talked about this one. What did we say yesterday on the Dow? We said Dow is holding the 100 SMA. It's holding this demand. right? Look what it did again. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Dow probably can continue here, right? Dow can absolutely continue here. If you long the Dow yesterday, well done. You got a fantastic entry. Your entry is based off supply and demand. It's based off of key levels. If you longed here instead of tried to short the breakdown, you did a great job, right? That is a perfect demand hold. That is a triple bottom. There is nothing better than this entry yesterday on the Dow. I would say that can continue, right? I would say that can continue back into channel highs. Very possible. Russell, same exact thing. Holy shit, the Russell did the whole thing yesterday. Wow. Yeah, Russell went supply or the demand low to supply high just in one day, 2 days really. Wow. We talked about this one as well, right? Look at this push, previous highs into support, just pretty much perfect. So, continues to do the same thing over and over again. You just have to trust the levels, man. That's all it comes down to. Trading will be a lot easier when you just trust the levels that are on your screen. So if you long the Russell off this 1840 because you knew there was previous holds here, previous highs turning into support, you did a great job. That's a beautiful move in your favor. If you are long the Russell, the right thing to do now is to take profits and is to get out, right? The people that try to hold for this breakout will either be very lucky and get a nice move, or you will wake up and you will be upset because this rejected supply and you didn't take profits. So if you long near the 1840, now it's your time to take profits if you are trading the channel in the Russell. Watch the 1920 level. Yes, CRM. A lot of people have been talking about CRM on this little wedge that's been going on. It's starting to break out. Yes, CRM little wedge there. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be watching that today. Highs are 223. Nice little downtrend break there. 223 right there. That's really your target. All right. Let's get into some stocks. Tesla. So I'm interested in the long on Tesla today. I'm not going to lie. I'm interested. I'm going to see if this thing wants to, if the NASDAQ wants to hold, if this thing wants to hold. Yesterday, we filled the gap. We filled the gap on Tesla yesterday, and that is very intriguing for me, right? Because that is really the pullback that I wanted to see for a potential new long entry on Tesla, right? We gapped up. We filled the gap, as we talked about. We knew this would happen. This was very nice. Congrats if you caught it. We filled that gap, this 265 level. Go ahead and pull that down a little bit. Right around that 265. The gap goes down to like 264.45, but I don't think, I mean, we'll see. I think that's probably your gap fill there around that 265. I'm going to watch to see if Tesla breaks this downtrend, right? If Tesla starts to break this downtrend, I will be watching for this upside continuation, right? So we just got the gap fill. In my opinion, I think you did, right? There is $1 more to get, but I think that was probably your gap fill yesterday. You saw a very nice wick, so a very nice little tweezer candle, they like to call it, right there. Just boom, and then straight back up. Really strong demand stepping in at that gap fill area, that 265. If you get over the 273 today, right, then I would look for the long into 265 or 276. Over 276, I think this really starts to go, right? I think you need to get over 276 to really free up this move. If Tesla is looking to break out of this downtrend after filling the downside gap, right? This is interesting to me. I will be watching it. I am not interested at all in shorting back into 265 because that is really the extent of the move. The yesterday move was the downside move that you had to take. And the yesterday move was as clean as it could have possibly been, right? Look at how clean the retest rejections, and we were calling this out all day in the Discord yesterday, so congrats to you guys that caught this. How clean was this retest rejection on Tesla yesterday? Look at this thing. Break, retest, right? Reject 273, previous lows, reject it there, bam. Beautiful. Beautiful move, was clean as can be, right? If you missed that move on Tesla yesterday, that is where you need to accept that you missed the move, right? So I am not looking short on Tesla. The short was yesterday. The gap fill was yesterday. This was your short. It is over, in my opinion. I would not be looking too short back into 265. back into an uptrending 20 SMA. You might get a few points there, but overall, that's just not something I'm interested in. I'm more interested in to see if the gap fill causes this or creates this as a new buying opportunity on Tesla. Here's your 4-hour chart. There's your uptrending 20 SMA. Here's your little bull flag that is potentially setting up here on the 4-hour chart. And I'm going to watch to see if this thing starts to creep up for another upside opportunity. So 273, 276 are your two supplies above. NVIDIA, I mean, does it get any cleaner on NVIDIA on a daily basis? It holds the exact same level every day. Yesterday, it held the 20 SMA again like a champ. It held the 418 demand like a champ, and it had a very nice upside move late day, or really in this morning, right? You pulled back yesterday morning, right? You pulled back aggressively, held the 20, pulled back again, held this demand, got back above the 20, held the 20 into close, right? And now you're up higher. Is there an opportunity to long NVIDIA again today off this level? Absolutely, right? Something I will definitely be watching, looking to see if NVIDIA holds this 20, holds this demand. My only concern here is the supply above at the 434. However, this does not look bearish one bit. This chart is still making higher highs and higher lows. You haven't made a higher high yet here, but the higher lows continue to come in, right? So is there another push here to make a new high and create a new low, right? I think that's very possible. Something I will be watching. You need to get over the 434 though, right? The 434 supply is very heavy. Be careful longing it into the 434. If you're in towards these lows, then you have a comfortable entry into 434, right? But if you start to enter new entries here, you are doing the wrong thing, right? So if you're going to look long NVIDIA, you got to get in near this 418, 420, 20 SMA, looking for that long into 434. If you miss that, then you need to hold above 434 to get a new long entry, because you do not want to start longing it as it approaches that supply above. All right? So that's NVIDIA. Meta, 295. This is going to be a real interesting one today. I'm not sure whether it's broken above yet or not. Right now it's actually below, so I'm going to turn this back to red for us here. But 295 is the big level here on Meta. You need to hold above 295. If you can get a clean hold above 295, I think you could probably see another push into that 298 supply high, right? You can see these 298 rejections. Be careful of being long here, right? If you're going to long Meta, you need to long it on a 295 hold so that you have some risk reward. I would not long Meta as it approaches 298. If Meta rejects 295 today, then I am also liking that potential short play back into 290, right? It did that yesterday. After it got back under 295 yesterday, it rejected it, and there was a very nice play back into 290. So real easy levels here on Meta. It's been a little bit of a tricky trade, right? If you chased Meta yesterday at open, you got smacked in the face. That is why you do not chase stocks. I mean, I don't know how, it's going to take a few times before I hope you learn your lesson, right? If you chased Meta 2 minutes after open yesterday, you got absolutely smacked. This is why you do not chase stocks, especially right into supply, right? There should be no one chasing this move right into 298 supply. I mean, it rejected perfectly. Really nice short play, right? So if Meta rallies at open, which it has been doing, please do not chase it into 298. Please do not be that guy. Don't just enter longs because Meta did this the first minute candle. Watch out for that 298 supply. It's as clean as day. And then just see what happens at 295 today. All right? That is the Meta levels. Microsoft. Nice 4-hour trend break yesterday. We talked about this on the stream. I've been talking about this thing for weeks now. It broke that trend yesterday, and it had a really aggressive slip to the downside. Now, I don't know what's next for Microsoft. I really don't. I think I'm done looking at Microsoft's chart, to be honest. I think this chart is a waste of time. That is really my gut feeling here. I think this thing has just sort of stalled. The moves have been really shitty. The only move that showed any type of real price action was yesterday's move on the 4-hour trend break and the 20 SMA rejection, right? We talked about this one yesterday, right? Really clean trend break, really clean 20 SMA rejection, and you finally got some actual price action here. Besides here yesterday, when I zoom out on this 4 hour, this thing just looks sort of dead. It is holding this little double bottom here, so I'm really not interested in shorting again here. The only way I'd short Microsoft is maybe on a break of this low, but then again, you have that 50 SMA below. So I almost feel like this 4 hour trend break could be a little bit of a fake out, right? Because I don't really like the shorts into this low. I don't really like the shorts into yesterday's lows. I don't like the shorts into the 50 SMA. I don't think there's that much juice there to the downside, so I'm probably going to leave this alone. That was probably like a one-day trade on the 4 hour trend break. I think this is over. I'm going to sort of pass on Microsoft. I just wanted to update you on the trend break because we talked about it, but I think this chart is pretty much sideways, give or take, and I'm going to leave it alone. Google is one that I am more interested in here. This is very interesting to me. I am still in 2 of my 10 original puts. I had 10 puts on Google yesterday, took a very nice 70% profit on these. I'm still holding 2 runners. I am looking to see if we do get this slip today, because I know that if we slip this 116.70, this 117 level on Google, this could get real ugly, right? Google is rejecting the 20. It is now under the 50. It has nothing until the 100 down here at 108, 109, right? 108, 109, 110 down here where that 100 SMA is. If we break this, right? If we break this little low here, which I don't think should be that strong unless the market is really strong and holds this thing up. If Google breaks this low right here, which is around 116.70, 117, if we get a flush under this low, if we get a flush under this low from last week, I really, really am interested in this downside here. This is not support. There is nothing here under 116.70, 117. So it might not happen today, right? You might get a little Google relief bounce here off this low. I think that's very possible. I'm understanding of that. I was understanding of that yesterday, even though I held 2 contracts. That was okay. That was part of the risk tolerance. I understood that this could bounce. But if we start to break down today under this 117, I will look to reshort this and enter more options, size in heavier for more downside. That will only happen if the NASDAQ is weak today and if Google follows that weakness on the NASDAQ. So big watch here on Google. I'm already into, I'm holding 2 runners from yesterday. I will absolutely be watching this today. If this bounces, I'll try to maintain the 2 contracts because it really is not a big deal to me. I'll sort of really give it time. I'm not going to just panic out of this if it pops it open. The size is minuscule. But if I start to see this thing roll over, I'm going to strike. So definitely watching Google there today. Costco, 530. Costco, 530. This is interesting. I actually might look to play this today as well. So Costco, 530. Previous high here in the 4 hour, right? We've talked about this one multiple times. 530 again, right? You can see it there again. 15-minute chart, right? If actually, you know what? Let's go hourly chart. If we go to this hourly chart, right? Look at what we're seeing, right? Look at what we're seeing. 530. 530. 530. And what else, right? What else? Who can say it? What else are you seeing here on Costco? I'll take a Celsius break while I look for the answer. While you're at it, why don't you press the like button? Cheers. Wild berry. I'll do a little chaser of vodka. Little vodka chaser. There you go, Toxic. Nice job, man. Yeah, 20 SMA, right? All day. All day. Look at it. Look at that 20 all day yesterday. Rejections at it, rejections at it, rejections at it, right? Big watch, right? Big watch. So if we stay under 530 today, if we stay under that 20, right, I'm looking for that downside continuation. That is definitely something I'll be watching today. We'll see if there's any Costco weakness, but watching that 530 rejection today. All right? If we get back above the 20, if we get back above 530, it's no longer a trade. And you have to adjust to that, right? So you have to watch. Snow. Interesting. This little 170 demand. Snow's sometimes a pretty nice stock to trade, right? Sometimes it makes some monster moves. So I do keep my eyes on it once in a while. Something I'm noticing here on Snow, 170 demand stepped up really well yesterday. And on top of that, you got the 50 right there, sort of holding this, holding this up. So does Snow do the same thing that it has done the last 3 months? That is support bounces, demand bounces off of 170. Let's see what happens. That's all I'll say. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll see how this plays out. That's why I like to relook at these stocks with you guys. Tomorrow, keep this in your head. Remember this moment. Does Snow bounce off 170 demand again today? Does it do the same thing it's done here, 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 here? Does it do it again, right? If that NASDAQ is strong, I would watch the 170 demand today. The other one I wanted to show you guys is Apple, and I really like this potential setup today. If Apple gets over 190, I probably look long on this thing. 20 SMA, like a charm yesterday. Like a charm. Do you teach your chart setup and tech in your Discord? Yelling. Darren is yelling. I mean, what else would I be doing in there, man? I mean, do I just mess around all day? No, of course I do. I trade live every day. I am constantly talking to the group about what I'm doing, how I'm trading, intraday charts, understanding my strategy. Of course I do. I mean, what else would I be doing? So 187.50, what a hold yesterday on the 20 SMA. What a hold yesterday at the 20 SMA on Google. This is exactly, or I'm sorry, on Apple. This is exactly where I took my puts off yesterday. If you guys are in the chat, you can confirm that. This was a sexy Apple trade yesterday. Shorts right here and exiting right here. I mean, we caught this entire move. This was sick. Probably one of my best trades ever, actually. Not dollar amount wise. I'm actually might make a video about this trade. Not dollar amount wise, but about clarity of levels and exiting and entering and exiting at the levels and trusting them, right? So we nailed these puts at 190. We talked about those 190 supply rejections yesterday, intraday, or on the live stream, right? We talked about the 190 supply. We nailed it, right? And then you have that beautiful eggs take profit at the 20 SMA. That thing held like a champ. Now, if I go to the 4 hour, right? This to me still looks like a potential long, right? If you sort of break this flag here, if you break back over 190 today, this could get interesting, right? This could get interesting, right? So watch this 190. If you get back over 190 here on Apple and you start to turn that Apple into support, that Apple 190 into support, this could break this flag. A perfect hold of the 20 SMA yesterday. And not only that, right? It's not only the 20, it is this previous high, right? Break and retest and the 20, two confluences. Love to see it. Why did Apple hold 187.50 yesterday? Very, 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 very easy reason. Technical levels. 20 SMA, previous highs, very clean hold, right? So really nice there on Apple. And if you start to break this downtrend today, I would be watching it. Watch the 190. Watch to see if we can hold above it, right? Very, very important, all right? I'm going to go over CRM one more time because this is interesting, man. I might try to take a little piece here. This is a big wedge break on CRM. If I go to the weekly chart, it's also a very interesting weekly flag here. Wow. Weekly flag, very interesting there as well on CRM. Daily chart, right? You also had that wedge. Any levels above here? Yeah, I mean, it really is this 223 high, huh? Yeah, I mean, watch 223. That's what I'd say. Watch the 223 high on CRM, guys. If you can get above 223 today, that's really your watch. Above 223, you hold that 223 as support, you might get that continuation. Keep an eye on that 223 CRM. 3M, Ravi? Sure, man. I will always look at something if you I appreciate that. Great content, Des. Appreciate your work. Ravi, can you look at 3M? Sure, brother. I don't have many good things to say here, man. As if maybe you hold some shares or something, but no, I really don't like this. This just looks dead, man. This looks dead. A stock. If you find a stock and it looks like this, you gotta just leave it alone, right? Don't trade stocks that look like this. It's just not really. It's not really, I think, your best opportunity, right? I would stay away from stocks. If you guys see stocks that look like this, please stay away from. The price action sort of dead. The charts just sort of sliding lower. I really don't have much for you here, Ravi. I mean, I'll try to find something for you, but it just looks pretty dead, man. I mean, look at this price action. It's just random, right? It's just random price action. There's really there's no formations here. There's no trends. There's no life. It's just random days. It does something else, right? You don't know what's going to happen here. I would stay away from it, Robbie. I'm sorry I don't have an answer for you here, but it's just, you can just see like Apple, right? When we look at an Apple chart, right, we see these break and retests. We see the life. We see the demand stepping in. We have a clean formations, right? We have clean formations that we can trade. This is where we build our edge as traders, right? Let's say for NVIDIA, we see these formations, right? We see the break and retest bull flag form here, right? Here was our flag, right? And here was our break and retest flag that caused upside. When you look at a stock like this, I mean, it's just, what are we looking at here? It's just sideways, and it's just not something I'd get involved in. So, yeah, stay away from that one, man. How to pick stocks? Just trade high-quality tech stocks. That's all. I mean, I don't know why people don't just stick to these stocks, man. The stocks we talk about every single day, Apple, AMD, NVIDIA, the stocks that have volume, the stocks that people are actually trading, right? Don't start wandering into the wild, wild west. Don't start trying to find these random biotech stocks that are, it's just trade Apple, trade AMD, trade NVIDIA, trade Tesla, trade Google, trade Amazon, right? Very easy, right? Just understand what they do. Understand these technical formations. These technical formations will most likely occur on stocks that have high volume and have other traders involved, right? You need to have other traders involved to make these formations work. Why? Because at the end of the day, these formations are psychology, right? There is a million other people that are looking to trade this Apple potential bull flag here, right? No one is looking at 3M to trade. No one's trading 3M. It's being totally ran by a computer, right? There's stocks that have such little retail volume that pretty much you're just trading against a bunch of computers that keep the volume in the stock on a daily basis. Apple, for instance, or Meta, right? There's technical formations. There's retail traders. There's people looking to trade these formations, and the only way they work out is if there's other people doing it, right? That's really at the end of the day how the market works there. So, yeah, you gotta stay in the names that have the retail volume. All right. The last thing I'll say, which I don't want to, I'm gonna say this just to put it on record, so that I can go back and I can be the guy that called it, which I'm not gonna. Don't take anything I'm about to say seriously. Everything I'm about to say in the next 30 seconds is all not to be paid attention to and not to be listened to. Take a look at the short float on Carvana. That's what I'll say. Take a look at the short float on Carvana. 65% short float on Carvana. That's what I'll keep it at. Do with that information as you please. Interesting, all right? 65% short float on Carvana and has squeezed tremendously over the last few days. So, something to monitor there. That is also the wild, wild west, and you better walk into that with your big boy pants on. All right. Thank you guys so much. If you guys could, press that like button, please, before you head out. Press that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Get me to 1,000 likes if you could. Yeah. Ganja Kran. Why you trade Carvana? Not me. Press that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Bye.